Hey there, friends and followers. Today's video comes at you for a couple of different reasons. One, because I get asked about it quite frequently from individuals looking to relocate here from other areas of the country, and two, because of recent events. That subject is none other than hurricanes. I'll give you guys a little bit of general information about them and how they affect locations here in the Central Florida area. Stick around. So yes, as always, welcome back. So when speaking to individuals about relocating to the Sunshine State, the topic of hurricanes is usually one to come up. Now, as with any other area of the country, there's usually some sort of natural disaster that you're prone to. Now, whether it be the fires of the West Coast, whether it be the heavy winds and tornadoes of the central United States, or whether it be the winters and heavy snowfall of the Northeast, this video is intended to give you guys a heads up on Florida's environmental nemesis. So, what is a hurricane? Well, by definition, a hurricane is a tropical cyclone that forms in certain areas of the Atlantic and the Pacific Oceans and produces strong winds in a spiral arrangements of thunderstorms and heavy rains, all stemming from a low pressure center, or the eye of the storm as it's referred to as. These storms gather energy from warm ocean waters, and as they gradually increase in strength and size, they will also move from classifications, starting out as a tropical depression, a tropical storm, and finally into a hurricane. Moving clockwise or counterclockwise, depending on the hemisphere that they're formed in, they also have the potential to cause tornadoes and can cause flooding in areas, as the rainfall from these storms can last multiple hours or days on end. Now, with that being said, these storms are highly unpredictable. Whereas modern technologies have helped meteorologists anticipate their paths, we've seen some of these storms pass over the state of Florida and circle right back around for a second go. Some of the most notable hurricanes that have affected the Central Florida area was 2017's Irma, 2016's Michael, and 2004's Jeanne and Charlie. Most recently, Hurricane Elsa affected the state of Florida, which resulted in minimal damage and some minor flooding around the Tampa area, and even produced a tornado in the Jacksonville area. So, how do these storms generally affect the Central Florida area? Well, that's actually where we get off pretty lucky. Once one of these storms makes landfall, the circulation of the storm starts to break down and dissipate, especially over any mountainous areas of terrain. Ocala in specific sits about 90 miles inland from the East Coast and about 60 miles from the West Coast. These buffers of landmass allow any incoming storm to take a hit and lessen in strength prior to arriving in our area. This is a huge advantage that we have living in Central Florida versus people living on the more coastal areas of the state. Now, with many precautions and evacuation routes in place, the state of Florida puts many securities up for their residents to combat and evade any type of severe storm threat to the area. Here in the state of Florida, there's even a 10-day tax-free holiday, if you will, for disaster preparedness, which makes certain items tax exempt. Now, this includes everything from generators, radios, tarps, batteries, and even some food items. This, in combination with cooperation from local county governing bodies, ensure that we are as protected as possible from the threat of natural disaster. Now, hurricane season for us here in the state of Florida is typically the beginning of June to the end of November each year. Would you believe that the most prone areas here in Florida for hurricane activity is actually Northwest Florida, up along the panhandle of the state? Now, this is due to the warm, shallow waters of the Gulf and its location in the United States. Well, there you have it, my friends. That is some general information on hurricanes and how they affect us here in the Central Florida area. Now, if you've had any firsthand experience, or if you have any more input on these storms, feel free, by all means, drop a comment below. I'd love to, have that information on hand, as well as if you have any questions pertaining to, I'd love to be that resource for you as well. Be sure to slide over to the page, give it a like and subscribe to stay up to date with great information like this regarding the Central Florida area and the Ocala, Marion County real estate market in specific. As always, thanks for tuning in, checking out the videos. We'll catch you guys on the next.